Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Third cup of coffee. Man, it's horrible. Too much cream, too. Hey, what's up, hey, Ted? How you doing, Justin? Is this thing sounding okay? It's awful loud, Mike, for some reason. Hey, Justin. Hey, Tommy. Nikki, hopefully you're asleep. Uh, but hope you're doing well, Ted. A couple of plan changes. One is they were here yesterday. They put another tier on the block and capped the block. So that's ready to go to make it smooth. They have to take the wood forms off, and then they still got to pour some concrete on that opening. And that's so that I can get that trailer because, like I said, my road, once they actually start building around me, is only 10 feet wide. And so if I'm coming from the top of the picture down towards the fence, I'm going to go past it and then back the trailer down to the into the driveway. So I don't want to be cursing because I can't. That this land directly across from me isn't raised, so it's at rice field height. So it's down a meter and a half. So I can't I can even now can't just pull off into there, and then we will so that I could get it back to this for people that don't know. This is the new garage and the here to where the trailer stays parked. And that's too blurry. So anyway, so that's that. So I didn't do what I really wanted to do um, yesterday, and now I found out that they do have the. Hey Jackson, help your bank account's open, brother. Hey Maui, uh, he got the solar man got the other panel for Ubon, and we're going to go out there Saturday morning. So we were going to go camping this weekend just for a couple of days, and then we're going to go in the middle of October to Ubon. There's a river and reservoir and some other stuff out there. But the the plan was to go to the local reservoir right in Surin just to check out the trailer, do some shit, and make sure everything, maybe a little fishing, and might still do that before we go in October. But the the plans got changed. So anyway, so we're going to go to Ubon. I doubt I may do some video. If it is, I might just show what the final uh, wall looks like and all that setup. It's not completely set up as far as I haven't. I was supposed to buy a 100 amp battery, but it's 20,000, 25,000 baht, and I don't really want to buy it right this second. So we're going to split up 200 amp hours on one, 200 amp hours on the other, and we'll see how that works. The bill came in at right under 2,000 baht, so it's better than it was. But I don't know how that system's working because it's not tied into the frickin' Wi-Fi. So we got to figure that out while we're there too. My house, I'm going to have to check because I think either the electric company has it wrong or not. They're charged me right under 4,800 or something, and I've got it on the amp hours that I show in the program on the house. It should have been like 32, so right around 3,000 baht. So I'm gonna have to find out. Granted, better than 10, 14, 16,000 baht. So for this, for both of them, it's going to be 4, 5, 6,200 or something. So I'm not ecstatic about that, but I just got to figure it out. I didn't know, but my wife said when they do the beginning and end meter readings, they are on the bill that she can see online. You can see me. You probably can't. It's on the online bill. So I'm going to look at that probably tonight. I hope. What's today's Thursday, right? So and get that. Go look at the meter every few days and kind of compare it to what I'm seeing that I'm using watt hours and see what happens. So we'll see. I'll let you know. But I'm probably not going to do I won't be home until Sunday night. So probably won't do live stream. Maybe I'll do one Monday, which will be Sunday in the States, Monday here. I might do it just for the hell of it. Yeah, opened again on September 18th. Cool. Good to hear. I know I've been seeing YouTubers and other people out there, uh, Thai people, saying they pulled they don't have a bunch of money. Some of them pulled an enormous amount of money out, but Thai people are pulling their money out of the bank. So at least I don't feel like the lone wolf is a Farang, getting singled out somehow. They're doing it to Thai people too, and I guess they're saying that they're trying to do something about this fraud that people are committing on the internet and stuff, and that's why that's why they want your valid SIM card and make sure everything's on the up and up and the names match and the blah blah blah. So if they're doing it with everything, and even if they're only doing it with Farang, as long as they're doing it with everybody, I'm okay with that. They can do what they want to do. It's their country. So, but for people like Jackson's obviously in a decent situation. I'm in a good situation. Some of the other people that I've heard are also in decent, situations. By that I mean have other outlets for money. They're not going to, oh my God, my account's frozen, I can't eat. But there are people out there, like we had talked about it last time, Jackson, that are, hey, I live paycheck to paycheck on my Social Security, and it goes right into the bank. I don't have any money unless I have access. So if that's the case, that would be devastating to say the least, right? So that changed. I did do a little bit of work on the e-bike yesterday. Of course, I didn't film anything because I'm such a good YouTuber and content creator. I mounted up some stuff. Took the trailer. I got I was supposed to get tires, rims, and tubes from China to fit on the trailer. Bigger, 3.75 tires and the rim, and I thought it was going to all same bearing size. Blah blah blah. They sent me 2 tires, and so I sent them. I said, "Here's your ad that I clicked on. Here's your deal. It says a set. It says tire, tube, and rim with this bearing in it. Now, why would you specify a bearing and a rim and a tube that you're not going to send me?" Well, it came back in Chinese, and we're going to take care of it. Blah blah. This was only yesterday that I got this stuff. So got that, and I got three rod holder, the rod holders that, I'm going to mount those on the trailer and try to lighten up that. I think that bag, it has that other freaking battery in it, so it makes it heavy. But they, I'm going to try to lighten it up. Like I saw some of the cooking stuff that I have in there, I'll probably never use, and I'm just carrying it around because I do want to take it when we go in October. I want to take the trailer and the e-bike to Ubon, to the river reservoir camping vacation, and pull it out and do some fishing and use it. And I'll use it with the small wheels. I got it full of that flat out stuff. I'm not worried about it puncturing or whatever. I'm going to go slow. What am I? I'm retired. I'm not a speed demon. Let's see. It's Jason saying, just don't get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that they know, yeah, it helps. Hey, traveler, how are you? Hope you're well. Yeah, and that's it. Like I got two bank accounts. My wife's got 5 different banks that she has accounts in. So, it's easy. Plus, I keep a little bit of metals, around that you can cash in anywhere here in Thailand and get cash if you don't want to keep the cash. There was a couple of stories that I saw from YouTubers that Thai people that had a lot of money took 3 million baht out of the bank and then they got robbed. So, is that going to happen to me? I don't know. I guess it could. I just don't know. But yeah, definitely good advice, Jackson. Good advice. Like I said, it doesn't have to be much. Even on his thing, I don't know how long did the whole thing last? 3 weeks, a month, a month longer than it should have. But if you've got a bot worth of gold is worth 55,000 bot right now, so if you've got a bot of gold, which you can be creative, you could hide it anywhere you want. I'm not going to be discussing this early in the morning. It's a family show. You can hide a bot of gold pretty much anywhere. So it's not like you're trying to hide 55,000 bot in cash. Not that that would be that difficult. Anyway, keep a bot of gold and 10,000 bot, 20,000 bot in cash at all times. I think would be okay for pretty much anything that's going to happen. Do I think that we're going to screw the farang and we're going to freeze their account and they're never going to get their money? We'll keep their money. We'll make money. Never going to happen. Never. I'm 100% sure of that. Not even 99. 100% sure they're not going to steal our money. Just bad business, bad politics, bad everything. But great idea. Excellent. You should have some. And like I said before, sometimes keep 3 to 6 months worth of accessible money to survive. 3 months worth of what it takes you to what you budget a month, and keep that just in case something happens. You never know what's going to happen. So, hey Daryl, how you doing? Cheers. So we'll be leaving. I think sunrise, 6 a.m. Saturday morning. We'll get to Ubon before noon. I'm sure the Solar Man will be there about the same time. It cost me 3,500 baht to get fixed whatever was in that controller that was broken due to the bad battery or something. And I don't think it's going to take him more than probably an hour to hook it all up. He's got some wiring he's got to do, maybe a couple hours. And then hopefully I can get across to him that we're going to put a camera in there that I can at least look at the front of the controllers to get an idea, is the thing working, what's going on. And then hopefully they fix their problem, the manufacturer PSI, which is it's made, hold on, this is driving me crazy. It's a Thailand, it's a Thailand-based company, PSI, and that was one of the reasons that I went with them originally. Plus, the Solar Man was semi-ly. He had done some stuff with PSI before, so we'll see. Let me put this up. Did I put it up there? Yeah, there we go. At least I can see when they're going to get here. Hope they're going to get here this morning. Like I said there, when I put it up in a big thing, you can see they've got the form up for how wide that deal. That right there is 7.2 meters. The opening there, almost 7.5 meters. So he's doing a good job, man. He always does. He just has a drinking problem. It's I know people with worse problems. So. Good morning, Brother Craig. Solar can be expensive in more than one way, especially over time. Yeah, like I said, the only thing with me, the variables, in my case, it was a little bit different because 16,000 baht a month for electricity here in Surin, with the 2 ponds going, 4 of us living here, 5 air conditioners going 24/7. It was expensive. And I knew when I died, even though she's set up for life, she would not pay 14,000 baht a month. She'd just start shutting shit off. So that was my driving force to get the solar here. Once I got it in, and now finally a year later, I know a little bit about solar now, and we're close to getting it to where during the rainy season, maybe 3,000, 3,500 a month, and maybe close to goose eggs. The thing that I did, and why I had told Kenny, and I think why he did it too, is he had a little bit of extra cash. It wasn't enormous. You could put that system like I put in the garage, knowing you especially, because you can do some stuff, maybe hurt yourself, just figuring a little extra for medical expenses. But you could do it for 100, and if you got 3,000 baht like Kenny did, his last bill was 500, and that's during the rainy season. During the during the other one. Yeah, but that's he spent more for batteries. But I don't think you need all that battery, especially during the hot season. The sun's in that ball of 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 light is in the air almost all day and no clouds. But anyway, my thing too was, yeah, it'd be nice to not pay 3,000 and pay 500 or pay nothing. That would be nice. Payback never enters my mind. But what does is, hey, things go to crap, and next year, the one source that I can get electricity from, went from my normal whatever hour wattage or hour hours that I use triples. So let's say if my bill was two, now it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8,000 baht, which it could happen. It's not like they're charging an absorbent amount of electricity for what we're used to in the United States. Even at 14,000, what is that? 300, 400. I was paying 500, 600, 700 in the States. But there might have been some weed involved in there somewhere. But no, that was when it was really high. I've already told you about that. Let's see. Bluebird finally had a blackout since I installed the house wall battery. Yep, worked great. Cool. Yeah, I like I said, it all depends. If you're on a budget that's this tight, you're not going to be able to do it. But if you planned right in your life and things are good and everything's decent and you've got an extra, if it's just like I said, 2 or 3 people, to where your bill's between 2 and 4,000 baht, I think you could get your bill down to 500 or zero. And I don't know, it just gives me a special thrill when I know I'm sitting in my room right now and it's not costing me anything to run that air conditioner, power up these computers and monitors and TVs and lights and everything, and it's costing me goose eggs. So it's getting it dialed in and stuff, and especially when the person like I'm dealing with, he's just now learning. He's excellent on the installs. Awesome. But the actual programming and stuff like that, I'm probably better at. So when I do see him on Saturday, I'm going to get the password and then I'll go into this controller because I don't like it. It's supposed to go panels, nothing there, battery down to 15%, then switch over to the grid. And it's not doing that. So I could have saved more money because I see it all the time. It's sucking in grid stuff and the battery's 75%, 80%. So some things that I got to figure out. But if you're halfway, hey, Daniel, if you're halfway mechanically inclined like Craig is, and you're spending 2, 3,000, 4,000 baht a month for electricity, I think it's something to look at. Like I said, you don't have to, even now, the way you are, Craig, if you can get a place, you get one guy to help you, and like Kenny did, right now, I think you could put the system in for probably 80, 85 with at least 200 amp hours of batteries. Now, yeah, because they're like 25, it'd be 50. Yeah, I think so. The panels are reasonable now. They keep coming down and down and down. And basically all it is one controller, okay, has a breaker box that costs you 35, 20, under 3,000 baht. And all the stuff, they have tapes on it and everything, videos and YouTube. And the wires from the panels come in, go into that box, into the controller. The power wires from your panel go into the controller, and then racking on the roof, panels down in clips, tie the wires together. Because there's no, you wire them in series as long as it's not over 500 volts, which it won't be. That's why I look at it under 50 volts each panel, 48, perfect. 10 panels, okay, 600 watt panels gives you 6,000 watts. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's a good thing. So I don't know what time is it. My wife gone yet? Oh no, only 8:30. He usually doesn't come until 9 because I'm just kind of keeping my eye on. Oh, there he is right there. Speak of the devil. Boy, I'm right on. He's early. 8:21, man. a man on a mission. He's got what has he got? 3 guys with him. He's not. He's a little intoxicated. Is I guess the nicest way I could put it. His guys are sober, 3 of them. He just kind of sits there. But I talk to his wife, or my wife does. And he bought that truck. Cost him $2,500 baht a month now that he's got to pay. Hopefully, we'll sell the other house, not the one in Ubon, the one in Surin, and start on the 2-bedroom, because that'll keep him busy for probably 4 months, 3-4 months, and give him and couple of guys work for that amount of time. But he's not going to make a ton of dough being a supervisor. He doesn't do much. He does orchestrate and tell him what he wants to do. Of course, then I have to come in like the wall. Look at this wall. The wall's awesome. Okay. The top of it right now has forms on it. I don't know if you can see them, just barely. That right at that top is a form for the top cap on him. When he went over there, when I went out yesterday morning, I look at it, and when it's up against, hold on, let me bring me up here a little bit. When you look at my fences here, and here's the fence coming in, it's a block low, a block plus the cap. So I looked at him. He's already got the metal in there. He's going to put the forms on there to pour a top cap on it. And I said, Toon, one more block. What? The fence, one here, one here. Oh, so we put another row of block on there yesterday, put that cap on there, plus did the, let me go back to that. Wait, do this first. Plus did all these, look, he brought food. Did the forms. Then this is the form and the concrete on both sides of the track. You can barely see it, which is basically a piece of angle iron on end in a V shape for the wheels of the soon to be. You can see it continued over here down on the bottom below the wall. So I imagine they'll pour this today. It looks like they're taking the forms off that, so that's cool. And they did that. They did this form, and they did the wall. But if he would have been working and doing that, they could have probably, well, I guess they needed to form up that side. I was going to say they could have made the wall smooth and did all, did some more stuff. But he doesn't. He wants, I think it's great. If you could be a supervisor, not work, of course, maybe try not to get drunk all day, every day. But, you obviously, if you only have to have 2 guys there and you, instead of 3 guys and you just sit there, you're going to make more money. But he'll figure it out. I want to help him out. Like I said, he's not stupid. He's just drunk. He's just a drunk. I've been around enough drunks to know that some of them can act stupid when they're drunk, and or not see stuff or not think clearly. I mean, it's the tactic that we used to find out if somebody's going to be able to hold their tongue and stuff. We'd get them drunk and see if they run out the mouth. And if not, run them off. Greeting from the swamp. How you doing, Jake? Your boy isn't here. He was here this morning. He's out with his ladies. But to get back to the solar thing for Craig, I don't know. They even make smaller ones, Craig. They make a 3.2 kW panel or box. So I just don't know how much you use, but I know you're dicking around with or messing around with smaller stuff or light bulbs and stuff like that, which I think is awesome. But like I said, it's all relative on whether you have the dough. If you don't have the dough, you don't have the dough, or if you just don't want to spend the money because you don't want to spend it, or don't think there's a good enough payback and stuff like that. Like I said, for me personally, the way I was looking at it is, I'm doing this so that my wife has it after I croak. She doesn't have to worry about that. She doesn't have to worry about money. She doesn't have to worry about anything. And if tomorrow they double electricity, triple it, it isn't completely out of the question. Do I think it's going to happen? No. it'll probably go up, and before I crack, before I die. But I don't as much. I don't know. So Ubon Saturday morning, put in the last controller, tidy up that system, make sure it's working, checking out. He said he wants to check out a couple of things. He said the electricity was too much. It should have been way less. See, they're charging me double there. Okay. For what I pay, the 4.3 or 4.2 baht a kilowatt, I pay 7.5 there, 7.5, almost double of what it is. So if it was 2,000 baht, even if I was using that here in Serena, it would have only been 1,000. But he's saying something else is going on. He wants to check some things out because it should have been cheaper. So good. The cheaper, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So I'll put this back up. You don't need to stare at my mug. Look like they're taking off the forms on the top. You can see the top page now. So now that should be just almost exactly as high as my wall. It should match it pretty good. And then they'll smooth coat everything there. And I wonder if we might even have they're doing stuff over here too. He's taking the forms off over there too. Might even have paint and stuff. I'll have to get in there and look at it. So once they pour this over here, at least I can get my motorcycle. I put the Forza in the garage. Probably still have a couple of boards put up one end just to go over it so I don't screw with it. But once they get that poured in, then it'll be 2 weeks before, no, probably a week and a half if I go somewhere close with the trailer. I'll just take a look at the concrete. I just don't want to, screw up the concrete. So we'll see. But I'm sure he's going to pour that today. If he has enough, I don't know. He probably, I don't see any. Can't tell if there's bags of concrete under that plastic right there or not enough to do that. And I don't even know if he has the right concrete to do this, to make it smooth. He looks like a perfect supervisor, doesn't he? I don't know. I just want the kid to I think he's over 30 or 35 or something. But I'd like to see him have a decent life, not just be drunk all the time. And I'm sure his wife would appreciate it too. Good morning, brother. How you doing, Aaron? Oh, what is it? What was that? You sent me some stuff. Sent me. I just got. Let me see. Tell me a picture. Ah, very cool. That's freaking awesome. Looks good, man. So let's see. So no camping this weekend. Ubon, finish up the solar. It's just going to be 2 or 3 hours. It's going to be a half day for him. It'll be all day for us driving. Well, for him too. It's going to take 4 or 5 hours to get there. So we'll get there probably right around noon. And then him, I think, to install it, everything is there. He had already run everything to just set the thing in and plug and play. But there is some wiring that he wanted to do inside the house at the panel. So let me bring me up a little closer. What about this one? No, that at least gives us a little. What about this one? I'll do this one. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah. So a couple hours through. Well, it'll probably be all day. He's wanting to check out some stuff. He's saying there's something between the meter and the house he wants to check out. I guess somebody could tap into our stuff. I don't know if they would do that, but you never know. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know, but he's going to go look at everything. And like I said, last time we were there, it was 177 volts coming in out of the 230. So, or 220. So, just brown out freaking junk for everything except something that is, like all the air conditioners and everything in my refrigerator and all that are all, have, they have the ability to take lower voltage. So hopefully that'll work. We'll fire up some stuff. When we left there that day, it was kind of cool because I had the air conditioner on. I turned on, took a hot shower. The lights didn't dim. It was actually pretty cool. But we'll be able to kind of see. Hopefully there'll be some sunshine like there is right now, and be able to see what those batteries. Eventually, I got to go down buy just 100 amp hour battery, 25,000 baht, and put it there on the one, have 400 on the other, and then that'll be where it's going to probably sit. I just don't want to put any more no more money into it. Let me see what we're doing here right now. Okay, it is sucking directly from the battery and the top because it's over. The panels are putting in 2,500 watt. The house is only using 1,346, and it's charging the battery with 778 watts. The battery's at 68%. So it should save a lot more money when I get in there and firmly say panels, solar panels first, nothing there. Batteries down to 15%. Second, at 15%, grid. It should save quite a bit more. So we'll see. Like I said, my wife told me that the bill that she can see online shows the starting read and the end read. So I'll get the end read from her tonight, go and look at the panel tomorrow, or go look at the meter tomorrow and see how much it used, mark it down and mark it in my program here somehow. I don't know exactly how, to get a time-wise on how much I used electricity-wise, and compare them and see whether this system is lying to me or the system on the pole is. Let's see. I didn't weigh myself. I was supposed to weigh myself tomorrow. I'm going to guess 116 is what I'm hoping for. Another kilo. That would be 3 kilos. I'm happy with that in a couple of weeks. If I could do 6, I would meet if I could do 6 kilo, at least in the first 3 months here, it can taper back after that. That would be what, 6, 12, 18. And I told him I wanted to lose 20. But, or did I, or 10? Maybe, I don't know. I forget. He'll remember. Yeah, I feel good. Still got unbelievable amount of energy compared to 3 weeks ago. I am thoroughly amazed at it. And it's not like I said, I could tell I lost a lot more inches, than I did, than what it's showing pound wise. Probably gained a little bit of muscle weight, and shedding the fat, which is going to weigh more. So I'm not discouraged or whatever. Like I said, a kilo a week, I would be happy. And a pound a week I would be happy. So we'll see how things go. It's going to take me 6 months to get at least close to where I want to be. Got to get on the e-bike. The problem is getting in and out of the property because of the concrete and stuff, and rain. We've had quite a bit of rain. Yeah, I had thought about it. Plus I had been on. We called it back in the day, low carb, high. We ate everything: bacon, pork chops, chicken, any meat, cheese, eggs, everything. And that's when I went down from 200 and almost 227 pounds to 176 pounds in 6 weeks. But I was running 10 miles a day, and I was 19 years old. But that's what they call that. Supposedly deprives your brain a little bit, makes you dingy. Supposedly, Sylvester Stallone did that when he did Rocky. He did that diet so it would make him a little bit more dingy than he is, I guess. But that, whatever they call it now, carnivore, whatever diet, that's what it was. High protein, low carb is what it was called back in the 70s. So, but I told my doctor about that, and now they're putting that in with the keto type thing. And asked him about the keto a while back, and he said no, and no intermittent fasting. I said okay. So, yeah, I did ask about why he doesn't want me to do it. I will question him when I go in. So right now I am eating some carbs, but just not that many. More on the protein side. Yeah, but they've been from what I've seen, especially on the keto diet, they have now incorporated intermittent fasting with those diets. Yeah, no, definitely, he's the guy that saved my life, no doubt. But I will ask him again why he wants me to do that. I'm sure he has a reason. I'm sure it's not. I don't know. It was Tuesday. The sun was out. It wasn't raining. I figured no. So I don't think he doesn't think like that. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks like a good thing. Like I said, man, for a young person that stumbles onto this channel and you have children, do not force them to eat. Okay? Because being forced to eat is the worst thing you could do. That's what I was forced to eat. There's people starving in Africa. If you don't eat this, then you can eat it for lunch. If you don't eat it for lunch, you can eat it for dinner. If you don't eat it for dinner, you can eat it for breakfast, and then we'll start all over again. Throw it out because it's probably no good. Just the worst thing you could do. Because when I get into something, even though I know I'm full, it's there's kids starving, and no, I need to finish this. It's the worst thing you could do, man. Brain sets in. It's weird, bad, bad, and but teaching them, of course, like I said before, if you've got a kid, no, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. Okay, can I have a half a gallon of ice cream? No, you can't have anything. But they need to know, and they can't just know. Oh, I gotta. There's people starving. I'll be killing them or whatever. It's horrible, and it's hard for me, man, to say no. I'm full. I can stop now. It's not an easy thing, but I know I need to do it if I want to get down. But when you want to stay at a stable weight, I think you can't have it come off in a massive thing like that in a month and a half or whatever. It's got to be kind of gradual. I'm not rushing it. I'm doing it gradually, eating what I think, between 16 and 1800 calories. I'm not hungry or starving. If I am, I'll grab 10 almonds and have that, and I'm okay. So I'm going about it, I think, the right way. We'll see. We'll see how it goes over the next couple of months. But I like the way it's going so far. But I'm only having the 2 cups of coffee basically on days that I do live streams. It weighs 130 pounds. Yeah, anything that's all protein. Like I can remember, man, I lost a crap load of weight frying in a frying pan, just oil and chicken and greasy pork chops and hamburger, no bun. Go to McDonald's, get a quarter pounder, rip the hamburger, the buns off, throw them away, eat them. 10 scrambled eggs, cheese, whatever cheese I wanted on anything, and I just kept losing. I did that 2 or 3 times, 4 or 5 times in my lifetime. I did it as old as maybe in my 30s, 40s, and it would just melt right off. Seems to be taking. Well, I'm not doing it drastically now because the doctor said that. Seems like the older you get, the harder it is, your metabolism, everything else, to come off. And I'm guessing I'm not a doctor by any means, but hey, Paul, how you doing? Um, there's a Burger King. So right now, yeah, good thing there's not. I'm pretty good on stuff. Like I said, once a month, if Andy calls and Bobby and they want to go over to the Junkie Burgers and get a burger, I'll do that, But I just need to go right back on to, like today, I've got to make my pinos, my refried beans, and I've got to make my Taco Bell mild sauce, and I got to make some pico de gallo, which pico de gallo Thai style, onions, tomatoes, and Thai chili. It's hotter than shit. It's really good. A little bit of lime, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of pepper, and that's it. And I put that on my burrito when I make a burrito. Probably a tablespoon of beans, 2-3 tablespoons of the turkey, maybe I'm going to guess under 2 ounces of chicken. Maybe 2 slices, a half, and then slice with a knife of avocado. And what else do I put on? That's it. And then Taco Bell hot sauce. Perfect meal. Hey, Tip. Hope you are well. So that, and now I'm venturing out into some other stuff. I got some lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions. I'll make just a salad. I was putting olive oil. I don't even need the olive oil. I love red wine vinegar. Doesn't have to be much. A couple tablespoons on a big bowl will coat everything, and with pepper, no salt, a little bit of garlic powder, maybe just to give it a little something. And, I could have a salad. So there's a lot of things that I could eat, and I'm experimenting with stuff every day. Yeah, real hard, especially all my life. Yeah, I try to get vegetables. I have a couple of things in mind. I cook tilapia more on a with maybe a teaspoon of olive oil, onions, tomatoes, garlic, Thai chili, and a little bit, maybe about 5 or 6 green olives chopped up. Fry that in the pan. Take it out. Just semi sear because it'll start to stick a little bit in the nonstick pan. A tilapia fillet, and then I put the stuff around it. Take it back out of a bowl. Put it back in the pan. The onions and tomatoes and stuff, and then cover it with a cover and add water and steam it, and that's a meal. So and I keep everything. It's easy to ask and find out what's in everything. Avocados have a lot of calories in them, but they're really good for you. Olive oil has a lot of calories in it, but it's good for you. So balance is what it's all about. Like exactly what you said, Jake. Well rounded, exactly. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not gonna go to junkie burgers and then fall off and eat junkie burgers every day for the rest of my life. If I have it and have a good day, okay, that's fine. I'll maybe just have a salad that night and then right back on to my deal. And in the morning, cup of cornflakes, half a banana, and non-fat milk, or a couple of scrambled eggs with mushrooms and tomatoes and onions and that kind of thing. I make that same chicken that I got to cook up chicken too. They're chicken tenders. Buy them. I slice them all up again with a little bit of olive oil. Fry them in the pan, and then onions and Thai chili and garlic, and put that all together, and then I douse it with cumin and then put water on it and let it boil down with the water until it coats everything, and it's delicious. I put it in a Tupperware deal, put that in the burrito. I'll put it on a tostada if I make a tostada. I'll put it in on a sandwich. Last night I didn't want to bother with cooking anything or rolling up or heating this, or I just took some of the chicken out, put it on a piece of bread with some mustard, 2 slices of avocado, 4 or 5 slices of tomato. The pico de gallo on the burrito too. A little piece of lettuce on there, and that was my sandwich. And it's a whole grain 7 seed bread that I get from Macro. It's good and not really loaded in. It's good for my sugar stuff. Yeah, it's all good. It's just everything's got to be in moderation. You can't abuse it. Like almonds are great for you, but they're high in calories. So I just use maybe 10, 15 of them a day. They're little too. I bought 2 kilos of them for 600 baht or something off of Lasada, of course. And I haven't even went through one, I don't know, 1/10 of one bag of it. So, just in case, if you're driving, take a handful of them and keep yourself occupied on the way. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I like to cook. The hardest thing for me is in my kitchen that I built. I have a Thai family wanting to cook in there. I built them a Thai kitchen, but they don't use it. They like that kitchen, and I don't blame them. It's outside, it's downstairs, it's you know, but because I did set down the law when I did this. Now this is how funny. Outside there was the original refrigerator that we had bought when I first moved here and lived in when I came to Surin. Just an upper one and a lower, but a big size one. And that was outside in the Thai kitchen. I told them these top 3 shelves in the refrigerator and these top 3 shelves in the side by side are off limits. This is where I'm putting my shit. Okay. And got that across to them. 2 days later, at the end of the island, there was a bunch of crap back there. She cleaned up everything and they rolled that other refrigerator up there at the end of there, so they didn't even have to go outside, which is fine. And I bought them a chest freezer. I did probably the worst thing that I eat is CP chicken nuggets. There's like 300 calories, and they got a bunch of other crap in them. Sodium, they're high in 10 of them. So I made the hot mustard. The hot mustard turned out freaking pretty good. I made the hot mustard, and I'll eat that once in a while as a treat. Not as a treat like going out to eat, but as a dinner function. I won't eat it all the time. I can make my own out of the chicken tenders, cut up pieces, make nugget, cook them I cook them in the air fryer. I don't cook them in oil. This has now turned to the cooking channel, hasn't it? Yeah, CP is a brand name. Yeah, they are. They're good. They got different ones. They've got spicy ones and stuff, but they're regular chicken nugget. They have the lowest calories and what is 600 milligrams. It's got like about half of what the sodium I should take in a day, but that's pretty much all the sodium I take in that and a little bit. So I've been fine. No retention, no swelling in my ankles, no nothing. I've been on the straight and narrow. So yeah, I think they're good. In fact, I have my wife order some, or I got to order some today. Because I've only got, I think 12 of them left. But I did make that. The Jack in the Box secret sauce is awesome. I kind of made my own recipe for the nuggets. It's a mixture between the hot mustard and the secret sauce, but it's only got, I use that. I ordered 4 more of these, going to go out of date in October. Lighter than light mayonnaise, Hillman's, 119 baht each, and they only have 15 calories in a tablespoon versus full fat mayonnaise has 90, and the other Hellman's regular light has 35. So I use that because when you mix it in with when you're making a sauce with it, like I imagine it would be fine with making egg salad. As long as there's other ingredients that get mixed up, it's not like that plastic looking mayonnaise. It tastes fine because I made it with for the secret sauce and the hot sauce. Perfect. Nothing wrong with it at all. So there's a couple other ideas I have with that because you can also make egg salad with mashed up very ripe avocados instead of mayonnaise. So there's some other ways, but the sauce is unbelievable, and it's easy to make, and it's only, like I said, it's got 65 calories and more than enough that I need for a serving of what I'm eating. So actually, it'll do 2, so it's only like 35 calories. So everything is going good on that front. I need to come up with some more ideas. I think I'm going to go into the realm of the lean white meat pork, like a pork chop or something like that. I'm not going to venture into the beef category. I don't think I need to. I think I could stay with pork. I think pork. I have to check into some stuff, but I think pork's probably actually better. Um, and then the chicken's so freaking cheap, man. Uh, and like I said, I can make up a whole. I've got Tupperware that's probably that long, that wide, and that high, and I make one big frying pan of it and basically almost fill that, and that'll go a good week. It doesn't go bad by the time I eat it. Though I've got one portion left. That's why I said I need to make some more, and it tastes fine. So we'll see. Either that or I got a cast iron stomach. Either way, it works for me. So and it'll make it's a good ad for the tostadas. It's a great makes a great burrito. Makes a great sandwich. So there's a bunch of different ways to use it. So it's been okay. I'll come up and I'll give you guys any kind of thing. I might even do a video on a couple of the items in case somebody's actually interested in. Because man, the burrito that I make is it's a good size burrito. It definitely fills you up. And when you're on a diet or you're trying to lose weight and you're doing stuff, it's good to get a good amount of substance in your stomach. Like I said, I'm not starving. When I do get a little bit of hungry, I just grab 8, 10, 15 almonds and do it. Yeah, the only thing that I got to check out about it is I've heard a bunch of bad stuff about the air fryer's non-stick stuff being toxic. I've had this one for a while. My mother-in-law uses it to make dog food all the time. Cooks hot dogs and sausage and different stuff in there and mixes it with the rice. These animals that are at my house eat better than me and most Thai people in Thailand. They have chicken and rice and pork and rice and liver and rice, and, plus dog food. So they do it. Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I just seen now that I was looking for a smaller one because my mother-in-law uses the big one all the time. You know, so was another reason maybe why my electric bill is high. That thing's got to pull 2,000 watts. But I was looking for just a smaller one to put up where I've got my stuff lined up on the island. That's what my wife's already got them. They're in there. Almost look like a coffee filter, right? Something like that. That sets down in there. Yeah, she's got it in there. So, but my mother-in-law cooks different stuff that liver, stuff like that I don't want their aftertaste, and she won't wash. She'll just take that out, throw it away, put another one in. Now I cook my own. I've had them twice now. No, 3 times. First 2 times I let them cook them. The last time, 2, 3 days ago, I cooked them myself. They turned out better. I cleaned the bucket, put the thing in there, and they tasted better and they were better. But those CP ones, they get crispy. They're decent. Like Jackson was saying, he likes them too. There's a lot of good stuff there. Yeah, from sticking. I don't know. Like I said, they just said maybe it's the high temperatures. I know mine only goes to 200 C, and that's what it says. Suggests to cook them at for 10 to 12 minutes and flip them once. The nuggets. I find it's a little bit longer, and it could be this one's old. I don't know, but they're cheap. I mean, they're almost free, as in most things here in Thailand. Um, let's see what these guys are doing here. Where are they? Maybe they're mixing concrete. Let's look and see what's up at the garage. I'm going to be going in there, and I did move some stuff around. I don't see anybody out there. Maybe they're eating breakfast. They could be mixing. I would like one of these cameras that I'm showing you here to be pan and tilt, and they're not. All the ones in Ubon are pan and tilt, but there is. Let's see. Can I see? Yeah, I can. Let me. They seem to congregate in another place, but let me. Which one don't I need? It's next to this one, but I want it to be. Oh, that one's plain. Front yard, maybe it's this one. Yeah, this one moves, doesn't it? Yes. No, maybe not. This one doesn't move. I guess not. Okay, room one, living room, new front garage, left and front, plain, front pond and pool, U-Bahn. So if it's not that one, it's not this one? Hmm, interesting. Huh, anyway. Oh, I don't see him over there either. All right, we'll get back off of it. Let's go back over here. I'll be back. They take a lot of breaks, which I think it's his fault more than anyone. He sits down and wants to drink. They left in their truck, did they? I didn't check that. Thanks, Jackson. Let me look real quick. Truck's gone. Oh yeah, probably went to get some alcohol. Maybe they went to actually get something they need. That would be a first. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Siesta time. Yes, yes. Let's see. Avocado farm has finished the large. Oh, God. Yeah, they had them, which they're good. They take a long time to ripen. They have we get about six smaller ones. Thai avocado, they're good in macro, and it's hard. My wife buys them at the green market too. She'll get them for me, and I try to keep it down and limited, like I said, a little bit, to maybe a half an avocado a day because I don't even know what is the. I mean, I do know. I have it written somewhere. Let's see. What is the calories in half a small avocado? 80 calories, 100 grams serving. Um, Roughly half an avocado having around 160 calories. So it's a bigger one. So I'm gonna say around 100 calories. So I try to limit that down a little bit so I don't. It's easy to. I mean, I love avocado. It's great. There's nothing better, especially avocado dip with a big, bag of chips. That's what going for Mexican food, which has always been my favorite. I'm full before my meal even gets there. 5 bags of chips, uh, the most expensive guacamole dip they have on the menu, and bean dip, and everything else. Hell, of course, but you got to eat because there's people starving somewhere on the freaking planet. So remember that. Tell your kids and your grandkids or your kids. Tell them don't force their kids to eat. I was probably just the lucky bastard that got that had that done too. I've seen you at Taco House, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm looking to do that again too. Like I said, some things out. I was also thinking about. I believe it's Chuck's birthday. I think 30th of this month. I might go out there overnight and just say hello. I want to take a ride on the Forza. I haven't told the old lady. It depends on. That doesn't really depend on the weather. I mean, I don't. Does rain deter me from riding? No. Sleet and snow, on the other hand, will slow me down a tad. But rain, I got a rain suit. I got a pretty good one. I got a frog one that I brought from the States. It's pretty good. So I might do that. I've been jonesing to get out there. It needs to be clean, but day before yesterday, I put some wood over that, not the concrete, but the tracking for the gate, and rode the Forza back in there, pulled it in the garage, moved the beds up against the back wall. Now I don't know where they're going to put them. They can put them something else. I want to get the kayak down. I'm making wheels for that. I'm using actually the trailer deal that didn't work in when we took it on vacation. I'm going to use that as actually being able to pull behind the scooter. So it's going to be a interesting little thing. There's those holes in the bottom. I forget what they call them, but I'm going to put a rail of tubing across that dolly, And then off the dolly, I'm going to put risers that are going to fit right in those holes and in the little indentations in the bottom. The deal will ride with noodle on it, and then it'll strap over the kayak. And I filled up those wheels, and I filled them full of um, flat flat out. So flat out's my new go-to deal. I got to do the tires on the Forza too. All right, Jake, you have a good one. Have a good night. Sleep well. I will. It's been an hour. Well, we'll go a few more minutes. I'm not going to go long. Um, I want to get out there and see. Make sure they didn't leave or what they needed to get. I didn't look and see. Let's see if my truck's still there, because Sim might have taken my truck and went and maybe they. No, my truck's still there. Uh, can't see it there, but you can see it over here. Yeah, I can see my truck there. Oh, without that. Yeah, my truck's still there. So maybe they just went to get bag of concrete. No, it looks like the top of this one isn't. Why didn't they fill that one? They must have ran out of concrete. So that one's not filled. That's the last one, I think. That one goes up to the wall. Oh, okay. So they ran out of concrete, and they're probably going to need it here, but I can't see them unless my wife transferred some money. Let's see if she tried to get a hold of me. I don't think so, though. Check anyway. If it was only, 1,000 baht, she might have just gave it to him. I do have unread message. This is see, it just doesn't, something's not right. No, she sent me the actual bill that showed how much wattage, how many, whatever their unit of measuring for electricity is, and how much it was for the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 months. So I got to get that other stuff. But so no, he didn't get a hold of her. But um, if it was something like, I think the bags of concrete are only 100 baht a piece, something like that. So if it was 10 bags or something, she probably wouldn't even bother me. All right, I think that it has been an hour. I think I will. I can't think unless you guys got some questions for me about anything. Let me know for sure. So for me, I'm not going to do a Saturday or Sunday. Won't be doing a live stream. Maybe Monday, which will be Sunday in the States. Is there football? Jake left, didn't he? Is there football? Is professional football on? I don't even know. I don't even know what time of year it is. Anyway, I might do it on Monday anyway, or Monday morning, and then do one again on Thursday, then on Sunday. So I'll do that. Ubon on Saturday morning. Hopefully the solar will be done. If I do get a little bit of video of maybe just of what the finish does, the finished wall looks like, where he put everything and that type of stuff, and maybe just a short on that. I'm not going to relax and go for a couple of days. We're going to also go over and check out the river. And last time we were there for the solar, Sim and a bunch of her friends and my aunt and my mother-in-law went to this place, and they spent the day there, and real fast moving water, and a really nice place. You can camp there. So it's only 15 minutes from the house. So we're going to take a ride over there, get a date, look at it, pick a place out, see if they have power or whatever their deal is. See if I've got to bring the generator or whatever I'm going to need. We're going to do that. We'll be back maybe next week, maybe two days. Might take the trailer out. Depends on what the concrete on the front of the property looks like. Just to the place over 15 minutes from our house here in Surin at the reservoir. Do a little fishing, probably do a little video and bullshit talking, what I do best, and have some fun. And then I'll bring it back, clean it up, get it ready to go on the Shushu comes home on the 10th, so it could be any time between the 10th and she's going to be here for a month. It'll probably be within a week after she gets here. We'll go in. It's going to be 4 or 5 nights, and should be fun. And I'll definitely do a video on that, and we'll see. And I'll be doing fishing and stuff like that. Might do a video on the trailer. Depends on what I get done to it. The trailer for the e-bike. I'd like to get the e-bike out. If I can get the e-bike out and do those tests on how long the battery lasts, pedaling, not pedaling, that type of stuff. I'd like to do that. I still haven't done. Maybe he's been really busy. I'm surprised he's taken off on Saturday to finish up Ubon. He's working for the government, doing a bunch of electrical work. He said for at least the next couple of months, because I want him to put a camera also in the garage too. So, but yeah. So maybe if I talk him to come back, I want to go over some stuff. Maybe he'll give me a couple hours and get some stuff finalized. I'll start taking reading on the meters and see what they are. But I'd like to do some of that testing, shutting off the grid, seeing what it is, taking readings. I guess I really don't need him for that, but I'd like him to be here. Anyway, all right. I think that's going to be it. I think I'm going to end the video. It's been an hour anyway. And I'll, if I get a wild hair while I'm in Ubon, or I'll do something, but I doubt it because I'll be driving on Saturday and I'll be driving on Sunday. So I don't think it'll happen. But I think I'll use the, all right, I sure will, brother. My little outro deal and get this. No, I can't do that yet. All right. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. And I will catch you on the next one.